So I just want to remind Hollywood of their own history and the history between Hollywood and the media with a guy named Fatty Arbuckle, Roscoe Arbuckle. This is a guy who has fascinated me my whole life because, you've heard the name Fatty Arbuckle before, most likely. How? Why? Why do you know his name? If I said to you, name silent movie stars, it would most likely be Charlie Chaplin. And we've all seen Charlie Chaplin. But if I said Fatty Arbuckle, you probably wouldn't say that name. But if I said it, you'd go, oh, yeah, his silent movie star. Why would you know that? He was famous in the teens, the 1900s, the early 1900s, silent movies. Well, he was huge, and I don't mean in just the physical sense. He was a huge comedian and beloved and known as a really good guy. Well, he had a party in 1920. This is after Prohibition. He had a party at a hotel because he actually had grill marks on his butt after filming. I don't know if they were trying to do a flapjack thing with him or what, but he had to take some time off because his butt had second-degree burns on it after this filming. And so he and the cast and everybody, they just rented a few rooms at this hotel. There was a woman who he was charged with raping at this party and killing. And it was a massive, massive scandal. It was somebody that he claimed got sick. He saw her in the adjoining room, got sick. She was vomiting blood. He took her to the bed. He then called for the doctor to come. He took some ice because she was holding her stomach and put the ice on her stomach. And everybody agreed with all of this until she died 2 days later. She was seen by the doctor. The doctor said she was just really, really drunk and, everything else. Well, she had a condition that screwed up her stomach every time that she drank. She also looked like bladder cancer. Later, it was found out. And she also had 6 abortions, and they believe she had just had another abortion right before that. Well, they claimed that Fatty had raped her, and then he was so heavy, he burst her bladder. She was conscious when she talked to the doctor, never said anything like that. Well, the newspapers got a hold of that, and as it turns out, some people were bribed to say some things that weren't true about Fatty Arbuckle. Then Hollywood immediately pulled all of his films. They even started a campaign to destroy all of his films within a year, burn all of his films. He went to trial. The first 2 trials were a hung jury until he realized that this is not going to end. And they had already, one of the women who testified against him was now on this money-making tour about the evils of Hollywood and immorality. And he decided, I'm done. I am absolutely done here. We've got to fight with everything we have. So he went and he testified exactly. And the truth came out, and it was unanimous, not guilty. He never recovered from this, even though the jury, from the jury box, when they read the not guilty, they said, we'd like to make a statement. You read the statement, and it was like, this is beyond a wrong done to him. This needs to be corrected and make sure it never happens to him again, and everyone should recognize what they had done. But the problem was the press got it. And William Randolph Hearst had started to really play with they took the bag of ice that he put and then said that he had taken ice and used it as a phallic device and was using that on her. And by the time it made it to the press, it was a champagne bottle that he was using. All lies. All lies. Fatty Arbuckle never recovered from it. And it's one of the worst wrongs that had been done in Hollywood. We have to be careful not to be lynch mobs. It may not be happening yet, but it's very likely to happen in the future if we're not careful.